Good morning, Poppy, and good morning to our Shamanic Sundays community out there in the world.
Oh,
Thank you for being here today. And we gather together each Sunday to give thanks for our lives and to thank you, Dad, for the work that you've done as a real pioneer in bridging Indigenous wisdom and bringing it to us, as you call the gringos in the West. So
no.
thank you for that work. And in the spirit of sacred reciprocity, which is a really big principle of that Indigenous shamanic wisdom, could you start us off with the morning prayer?
Most certainly, yeah. Prayer of gratitude, thankfulness to the creative wisdom power of the universe that gives us the gift of life. And through this gift of life that you give us, you breathe into us with the breath, the gift of awareness, so we can bring mindfulness to that which we're thankful for our ancestors, thankful for the ancestor spirits of the land that we live on. Thank you for the gifts of creation. Thank you for this day, the opportunities of this day to burst, to polish our stardust and shine brighter the light and love that's the essence of our being, for the healing of the sacred hoop. May it be so. Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we didn't get any questions this week. I also want to invite folks to share in the chat where they're joining us from, and also if they have any questions as we go this morning, and we will try to get to those. So thank you. But we did not get any questions from the community ahead of time. So in my morning prayers today, I was putting out there, well, what should we discuss today? And having gone through quite a few physical challenges of my own in the last, starting in 2018, and knowing that many of us do deal with physical challenges, I started thinking it would be super interesting to talk about the shamanic principles applied to like physical suffering and how we can learn from that and get the best wisdom out of those suffering experiences and carry it forward in a good way. So in preparation, I was doing a little research on how do other spiritual and or religious perspectives on human suffering and physical pain, and so I found a couple that I wanted to share before we hear what you have to say on that question. Yeah. So, and Buddha Gautama Buddha said, "May all beings everywhere plagued with suffering of body and mind quickly be freed from their illnesses. May those frightened cease to be afraid, and may those bound be free. May the powerless find power, and may people think of befriending each other. May those who find themselves in trackless, fearful wilderness, the children, the aged, the unprotected, be guarded by beneficent celestials, and may they swiftly attain Buddhahood." And these aren't necessarily specifically just about like body, mind, health, but just, little perspectives and insights on it. Kate Bowler, who's an author, wrote, "Sometimes the body is a weight pulling you the way down, and it's hard to love the stone that drowns you." I thought that was an interesting one. And then Romans 12:2 says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God and what is good and acceptable and perfect." And I'm not sure if I pronounced this right, but Anton Truer, a professor, or True, professor of Ojibwe at Bemidji State University and author. His father was an Austrian Jew and Holocaust survivor, and his mother a White Earth Nation Ojibwe tribal member. And two quotes from him. The first one says, "You are a complete, fully realized human being. You are a soul who has a body. You are the one your ancestors were praying for and waiting for through the generations. You have been given a gift, a unique set of gifts, and you yourself are a gift to the world." And that brings to, a lot of what you talk about each of us being here for a reason and having a purpose and being that we matter. And then also Mr. Trouet said, language can disrupt the glue for colonial thinking, which has been fundamentally dehumanizing to Indigenous people. And that somehow felt related to the concept because of how the words we use to describe our bodies and our suffering so impact our mental health too. So with those thoughts, the question is if you could give us some shamanic principles and teachings that apply to body suffering and how we can use those tools to reduce our mental and emotional suffering.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing those quotes. Thank you for doing the asking the question of what to focus our attention on today, so Spirit can bring through whatever Spirit's bringing it through. Thank you for taking your time to research, do some research, and bring those quotes to us, those wisdom quotes. Okay, so responding or seeing what comes in response to what you asked. First thing that comes to mind is some of what my few months body to turn 79 years old in its aging process. Of my retinal cells are not working, and so dealing with on that level. Cass said, I'm working on on having them work once again, leading to eye disease, and going this week for try out hearing aids because my hearing's going, and physical strength, vitality, all going. So with the aging, natural aging consequences, and stiffening and physical rigidity, unless you're really working on it, all these kinds of things, as well as painful situations in our bodies. I've got some, I forget which kind of cancerous growth growing on my leg, so they got to dig it out. I don't know, in a couple of weeks when I get back from traveling. And I just had the biopsy for one of those. Couldn't go swimming for a week. It still hadn't closed, so dealing with a hole there from the biopsy. So physical, mental suffering, stimuli for suffering. So, and each of us has our own stimuli of physical suffering, whatever that might be in our bodies or that we experience through our senses and our feelings, and trigger thoughts, and the thoughts impact the feelings, which is activates certain energies inside of us. And so the importance of recognizing the opportunity when there's physical suffering, when there's physical pain, the wisdom of the organism is calling our attention to it really powerfully. There's something really powerful for us to get. And that's why it's using the symptom of pain, physical pain and suffering. And so shamanic principle of understanding that Great Spirit's present in all people, in all situations, in a larger context than ego's comfort zone. Well, this is happening right now. It's not who I am, differentiating who I am from my awareness of the physical body. My awareness is living in is experiencing physical pain, and that hurts, or emotional pain, and that hurts, and then the energy body of my being responds to that. So noticing, bringing awareness, this is bringing awareness to, as I'm experiencing the physical stimuli of the pain and suffering, whatever it may be, what kind of relationship am I creating with that experience? What kind of stories am I telling myself about it? What kind of response, interaction am I creating with it that has the potential to either reduce suffering and bring healing to that place that's calling for healing, and open it to the healing flow that's always available to us, and to also bring awareness, illuminating awareness into more clarity about that story I'm telling myself, And is that one that's helping me to work most skillfully with the energy waves that the pain is bringing, because it brings information about how to be in relationship to it, how to create a response to it, open to it, listen to what it's trying to bring your attention into, what it's trying to bring through. In a kind of shamanic perspective, you could say the experience is saying you're dreaming too small about something. You're dreaming too small. Maybe you're dreaming too small about who you are. Maybe you're dreaming too small that you're your physical body, and that's the extent, totality of who you are, which is not true. Your awareness, what is true on a deeper level, your awareness, consciousness, is experiencing what it's like to have life in a human body, and all the feelings and sensations and thoughts and experiences that go along with that. And so notice it, and notice the role you're co-creating with the creative power of the universe in your experience. And what can I learn from this? What can I see that has the potential to enrich my life? How can I create a response and work with this energy in a way that can deepen my understanding of I'm more than my physical body. I'm way more than my physical body. In fact, on the deepest level of my being, I'm connected with the sacred unity of the cosmos. I'm in it, infinite energy field. It's in me while I experience whatever I'm experiencing of my human incarnation now. An opportunity to work more skillfully with whatever the physical pain is, the stimulus is, so taking action on all levels of our being to address it, and opening to what is this? What is this? A doorway of a spirit knocking on the other side of the membrane of illusionary perception of separation to bring into my awareness. How can I shamanic perspective of a spiritual warrior asking the question, how can I create a response to the truth of what I'm experiencing and how I'm experiencing it? So no longer being a victim to it, but recognizing, no, I'm not here by accident. I have purpose in being, and on the deepest level of my being, I have access to the creative wisdom power of the universe in which anything's possible. So let me open to that presence, which is flowing its gift into me with the life force of breath, and send it to those places and parts of my physical body, my mind, my heart, my soul, my spirit that need tenderness, that need empathy, that need compassion, that need support, that need appreciation, that need celebration, that need love, that need love. And so, how can I wake up, remember that I am love? There's love flowing in with each breath. Wise up, use that energy flowing in with the breath with mindfulness. Wise up, use it with mindfulness to make a conscious choice about where to send that energy, sending it down to those places that are calling out for more healing light and love. So this is what comes to me initially from opening to that question in terms of bringing shamanic principles and practice into working with physical pain and suffering, and prayers for release of pain and suffering that any of us might be feeling now, breathing into those places and softening any places of rigidity, noticing them, and whatever level of our multidimensional being, breathing into those places, comfort and ease, flowing in with the breath, and bringing in I love you, I love you, I love you energy, flowing to where it needs to go, acceptance, celebration of the miracle of life, the physical and physiological and energetic functions that this deeper wisdom inside of us is doing for healing, for promoting high-level wellness that we have no clue about how to do, but the billions of years of evolution of life on Mother Earth have brought this wisdom into us. How can we work more skillfully with it, nurture it, feed it? How can we work more skillfully by noticing and taking responsibilities for the way we block awareness to it, deny it, cover it up, run away, make it worse with the stories we tell ourselves? The more we see that, the more we can pull the plug and let it go and wise up to our connection. Utilize it all, our connection. A great spirit, infinite creative wisdom, power of the universe. Open to it. Let it flow where it needs to go. Bringing through fullest blossoming, greatest good. May it be so. Oh, hey, that's what it brings up for me.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Doing my neck stretches as I'm listening to you, feeling tightness there.
Yeah. By the way, since this isn't totally unrelated to what you were asking about, I was just talking about, but just since this is Shamanic Sunday, do I have a couple of minutes or no?
Go for it. We'll
Yeah.
see where this goes, folks.
Okay. As always. So this morning, I try to spend some time every morning, even before I get out of bed, as soon as I'm coming into a mindful awareness that I'm alive and breathing on a new day, to doing my prayers and meditation and just opening up the doorway for spirit to come through, however it might come through. And so at one point in that process, I was just coming into an appreciation of the invisible forces in our lives that we can't see with our eyes or ordinary consciousness, but without which we wouldn't be here. And I think there's a number of them. But what was coming into my awareness this morning was, of course, breath. Always breath. There's breath. Gratitude for breath that we can't see, invisible power of life flowing into us. And gravity. I came into amazement. Why aren't we flying? What power is in the earth that keeps us from flying off into space? What power in this energy creation beneath us that's underneath all of us right now, that's pulsating life in all of her diversity? What power does she have that somehow is keeping our physical bodies, all our billions of physical bodies and beings, animals, insects, plants, mountains, everything, from just flying off into space? I mean, we're moving, scientists tell us we're moving through space at 17,500 miles an hour. You feel any of that? Feel any of that movement? I mean, that's pretty damn fast, man. I don't. So I mean, mystery's working here, and there's a power in Mother Earth beneath us that holds us to it. And science has theories about gravity and what delivers it. One is something called a graviton. Science comes up with these mental models. For the things it doesn't understand, but puts a label on it and thinks it has some sense of understanding it. But gravity is still mysterious. It's a power that pulls us to it. And so allowing ourselves, instead of working against it, allowing our awareness to drop down into Mother Earth beneath us and listen to her with humility and open to her and how she works. And we're coming into, as we're in Jewish High Holy Days time, we're coming into the holy time of the transition from summer, Mother Earth cycles, into the fall equinox. And so listening to the changes in Mother Earth and her rhythms and cycles, which are in us and we're in, so we can get the information about how to be in harmonious, respectful relationship with these changes of the cosmos, of the universe, as we experience them in our bodies and here on Mother Earth. So gratitude for the unseen powers that hold us here and connecting with those powers and the power that flows into us of life with the breath. Gratitude for gravity. Gratitude for breath. Gratitude for this day, the opportunity, should we choose to be consciously present for the breath flowing in. We can make choices to use that fuel, that power, in alignment with our intentions for those qualities of consciousness and being that we want to feel today, that we want to express today, that we want to be challenged for in this holy day that we're given. Oh, may it be so. Hey, happy Sunday, Shamanic Sundays. Hey,
Thank you.
little sermon.
Well, I was going to ask you to do a visualization on kind of that same thing. So that kind of was a visualization. But just in case folks weren't tuning into it in that spirit, is there anything more you could say on this, or an exercise you could lead us through that could serve as a visualization of integrating this even further for the coming week?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Bringing awareness to the fact that there's a part of us that our ears receiving vibrating waves of energy flowing into our ears, triggered by the words that I'm saying, triggered through our ears by the words I'm saying, activating the web that moving through space, the acoustical waves going into your ears. And to some degree, whether you're listening to me or not, those waves are coming into you and you're hearing something. Whether you're paying attention to it or not, up to you. So that's flowing into us, that awareness. So just opening awareness to being able to be able to hear and make some sense of whatever sense you make of the words that I'm speaking. And awareness too, there's another deeper part of us, what in the West we call our unconscious. That's also listening, a deeper unconsciousness, a deeper wisdom. You might say the old brain wisdom that knows billions of years of intelligence about how to survive, how to pay attention in nature and make the necessary adjustments to be in harmony with those changes, because the nature of the physical world, the universe is constant change, constant change, constant change. So bringing awareness to paying attention to the new information that comes in with changing conditions and stimuli and situations. Because within that information is the understanding, if we get it, we open ourselves, humble ourselves, and open our receptivity to pay attention. There's the guidance about how to be in relationship, how to create a response and interaction with those changing waves of energy that um, has the highest chance of opening the doorway to bring through fullest blossoming, greatest good. And since everything starts with intention, we can use our joined hearts and minds and spirits now through this time of Shamanic Sundays, the vehicle by which we're joining to consciously take in that gift of life with gratitude. And with gratitude for our deeper mind, our deeper unconscious, and opening with a sense of curiosity and receptivity, how your unconscious mind, as you go through this week, will bring forth something. Who knows what it'll be or how it'll be. And so, therefore, pay attention on all levels of your being. But it'll bring through something to help you wake up, remember the truth of who and what you are, a sacred, worthy, luminous being. Wake up to the truth that you're loved by the creative power of the universe. Wake up to the truth that you are loved, giving and receiving. To live love now in this sacred moment of being alive, you'll be able to suddenly, some little light sensation will go off, or hear a voice or saying, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm a sacred, worthy being. I'm loved. I am love. I am love. My love is forgiving and receiving. So I'm going to use the situation I'm in right now and whatever it's triggered, whatever I'm experiencing, I'm going to use it to help me wake up, remember the truth of my being, that I'm not those stories, sensations, thoughts, feelings. I'm more. I'm going to connect with that more, which is infinite light, love. Polish my stardust in this moment and shine brighter. The healing light and love. That's the true essence of my being, flowing through me, healing, transforming, empowering, softening, strengthening, and out into the world for the healing of the sacred hoop, for healing of all those suffering, for healing of the causes that create suffering in our social policies, our governmental policies, and in our ways of meeting the needs, the institutions that are involved to meet our needs in ways that we're destroying ourselves and Mother Earth. Pulling the plug on all of that with awareness. Alaha, ancient Aramaic word for sacred unity, opening our consciousness to awareness of sacred unity that's in us and that we're in, and being a channel for its healing light and love out into the situation you're in when this reminder comes to you in the future, in whatever way it's already on its way to you. For fullest blossoming, greatest good. Ho, Vamprios.
Oh, thank you. Have to come back to being here with you
Yeah.
with my eyes open.
Did you have a little nap?
I didn't totally doze off, but
Okay, good.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was great.
By the
Really.
way, thank you for doing this. I know you're on the road now, and circumstances are a little challenging in many ways. So I want to. This was your brainstorm. You're the producer of it. I'm just spirits flunky that shows up in my part. But you're. I want to just thank you with gratitude for getting this vision to do this and being the one that makes it happen, along with Nicole in the background. So thank you. Oh.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, and each of you showing up with us. That is critical to making this happen too. So thank you, each of you, for being here and being channels yourselves, for bringing through the light and love and your sweet medicine. So thank you, and uh, may each of you go out in a good way this week. I hope your hearts are a little more full this morning after this, and a little less anxiousness, maybe. Excuse me. And thank you again, Dad, for the work you do. And thank you to our Indigenous teachers and mentors, the ones we worked with directly, and those who we didn't, but whose seeds are still planted and growing, and to each of those Indigenous people still trying to bring through these sacred ways. Thank you for that. And may all of us striving to connect with that do so in a way with great respect for the suffering that their people have gone through, and our suffering as part of that connected web. And may we all step into greater shining and peace among us, and good, healthy, sustainable ways on this earth. That'll be my addition to the today.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, yeah. Much love, everybody. And please continue to share the word about Shamanic Sundays, and enjoy and shine in your week ahead. We'll see you next week.
Oh.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.